Good morning, everybody. It's Jean-Marie. So this is the necklace that I was referring to in my tutorial the other day, using these little coiled links that I'm going to create from 18 gauge. Oh, that one doesn't belong in there. That was a homemade head pin. 18 gauge bronze wire. They're pretty simple to make. This is just a copper wire with a bronze coating. Once in a while I like to dig out a different color to work with. Silver and gold tend to be what we work with for the most part. And in my stash I have quite a bit of bronze and copper. So once in a while I like to pull out something different and just work with that. So I thought I'd work with this bronze. In addition to that, I am also working with these little blue, like a little blue puffed flower that came from Beadbox Bargains. And I thought they were really cute, very springy. They look really well with the bronze. So the bronze component that I'm using is this one here. And this did come from Beadbox Bargain. I think it was actually from Bargain Beadbox in one of our kits many years ago. So, you know, like I said, this is stuff that I had in my stash, but you could use any type of chandelier style component to work with. Any style will work. These little teeny tiny flowers, and because the loop on these goes in this direction, I'm going to need to use two jump rings on each one just to get it to attach to the chandelier component. So these ones here I've already attached one jump ring to, and I'll use the second one when I start putting it together to show you guys, but this makes it lay in the right direction so that the second jump ring will attach them. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these, and there are a lot more holes in that obviously, but I'm going to skip every other hole because otherwise these would just be overlapping each other and they wouldn't lay correctly and it just wouldn't look right. So I'm just going to use one for every other hole for that part. These are very simple. I just did these with a bronze head pin, and I will get into that in just a second with you. And let me see, the coils, we're going to go through that. The end ribbing that I'm going to use on it is going to be 2 lengths of ribbon like this with a lobster clasp. These come, I bought a big bag of them through Amazon of mixed colors. They come all ready to use. Let's see if I can find one that I haven't chopped yet. I have a tendency to cut them up and use them in different ways. I'm going to show you a different color just because I don't think I have any of that blue left that I haven't destroyed. Maybe I do. Hold on 1 second. I can get this mess untangled. This is the problem with shoving stuff into a bag. Okay, here we go. Almost there. Got one strand that doesn't seem to want to let go. Alright, I'm going to pause and untangle this mess because nobody wants to wait for that. Okay, so I have it untangled. They are a little over 1 foot long in the ribbon department. They are made with a clasp section already attached to them. These ones are in silver, and of course I want the bronze, so I cut mine off. I also cut it in half. As you can see, I have 2 halves. So I cut it in half because I'm not hanging something from it in the middle. I'm going to be putting something in the middle of it. So I just cut it in half. So that means I'm going to have to finish off both ends, which I did here. And we will go through that with this section of it. So we're going to need a couple little bronze fold over pieces here. I have jump rings out, I have some chain out, and I thought I had a lobster clasp out, but I may have not gotten it out. but I will get one out. I also have smaller jump rings. These are what we're going to be using here, the little 4mm. This will be for when I attach the findings at the end, lobster clasp and whatnot. So, and again, these little flowers also came from one of our past bargain bead boxes. Just to let you know. And let me see. As you can tell, most of my products also come from Bead Box Bargains. I'm an avid Bead Box bargain shopper. I have to admit. Oh, there's my lobster clasps. I knew I got some out. Just can't find it in everything I've got piled up. Alright, so we're going to need one lobster clasp. Alright, to get started on the little coils, we're going to take our 18 gauge wire. I cut these pieces, I think they were 3.5 inches. Let me recheck just to be absolutely certain for you. Nope, 3 inches. Exactly 3 inches. We're going to take our round nose pliers, start at the tip. Let me get a different pair. Those ones are not so good anymore. And just make a small coil, our typical little like pea coil, and keep bending. And at some point, this is going to get to the point where I can't get in there anymore with my pliers to do this. And I'm going to switch over to my nylon jaw. And I'm just going to hold the coil and use the wire for the bending. And you're going to do that until you have about 3 coils on here. I'm in frame, sorry. So I have about 3 coils on here. So now I'm going to straighten it back out because I made a mess of it. I'm going to go to the other end and roll the opposite direction. Oops. So I've started in the opposite direction. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing. It's so much easier if you use your wire, not your tool. Just use your tool to hold your loop, bend your wire. Alright, now I've got to the point where I can't get in there anymore. So I'm just going to start bending it. Okay, now you can see this one is a little bigger than my other one now. So I'm going to go back to this one. And you just want to keep going back and forth till you've got them somewhat even. I mean, they don't have to be exactly the same size, but you want them to be close. And then, you know, until you run out of space, until you're at this point where you have nothing left to coil. And then I am going to take my hammering block, and this is just to give them a little extra strength. I'm going to use a rubber tipped mallet, not my metal, and I'm just going to, this helps to flatten them a little bit, but it also work hardens them a little bit. Makes them a little stronger, because we are going to run loops through, jump rings through those loops. So that's it for the coils. And honestly, at this moment, I do not know how many we're going to need. You will find, like some of mine, I marked up pretty badly. My first ones, I was going a little too far with my tool before I switched to my nylon jaw pliers. Make sure you switch to your nylon jaw pliers if you don't want marks all over them. I don't particularly care that the marks are on them because they don't bother me. But if they are going to bother you, then definitely be cautious of that. Like this one here. You can really see it on this one. I marked that up pretty badly. But it's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm going to use it regardless, and it's going to be beautiful regardless. So then we're just going to take a bronze eye pin. My bronze eye pins are not as dark as the rest of my bronze, unfortunately. And get out one of our little puffy flowers. These are so cute. I love these little flowers. I have noticed that some of them have like a little bit of paint in the end. And it takes a little doing to get through them. But it will. You will get through it. Just have to poke the end out of that paint off of them a little bit, or whatever they use to color it. And I do want these both pointing in line with each other. So I'm going to turn this way. So when I bend this back, oops, I shifted it. So when I bend this back to make my loop, they will be the same. Ish. Same-ish. I'm going to cut that off and roll my loop. And then when I turn it, they're almost exactly in line. I just need to adjust this one a little bit. And they're fine. That's fine right there. Alright, so I'm going to set those aside right now. I don't know how many I'm going to use. I think I have 6 of them put together right here. So that's probably what I'm going to end up using. And those will be linked to these. So let's work on putting this together. I need 8 of these right now for this, or more than that because one of them didn't, 2 of them don't have one on it, so I need 10 of them, I guess. Whoop, sorry, bumped my desk. Trying to adjust my knee a little bit here because my foot was going numb, falling asleep on me. It was catching up to the rest of me. Alright. So let's just finish these 2 off with a ring. And there's that. So I'm going to start with this ring here. I'm going to do this one, this one, this one, this one, and so on and so forth, so that I will end on this one and this one. So I'm going to open another ring. Thread it through that jump ring and through this loop right here. Close that up. And grab another ring. Apologize for my hands being so chapped. I've been outside a lot lately. On the nicer days, trying to do some spring cleanup from all the winter mess, stuff that blows around and gets stuck under the snow, and so I've been out cleaning. My hands have gotten a little chapped from the window there. Alright, so I'm going to skip this one, come into this one, whoop, and then I'm going to drop everything, and that's how it goes. Okay, well. Clearly my foot isn't the only thing falling asleep. Alright, get in there. There we go. Okay, so we've got 1, 2. And these little coils can be used for so many things. They'd make a beautiful bracelet just linked together. Whoop. They really would. They'd make a beautiful chain just linked together too. Just use a jump ring and... Alright, I'm going to lay it on my hand because my arm obviously is not going to cooperate. If you just linked them together and made a little chain out of them, they'd be so pretty. Or even link them together and just put one little gemstone bead or something in between each one. Pretty. Be very pretty. Really versatile. Earrings. Make really cute earrings. Okay. So, I can see I'm going to struggle with these little things today. It's funny, some days my hands work great. Other days, they show my age. Actually, it really isn't an age thing. It's from the carpal tunnel surgery I had. My fingertips just don't have a lot of sensation anymore. And I drop stuff. I can remember when it was first started how bad it was. I couldn't even hold on to my coffee cup. But the surgery did help a lot with that. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. I'm sure any of you that do crafts on a regular basis have issues with you know, the numbness and mobility of carpal tunnel. It's very common in us crafters to have that. I used to do a lot of plastic canvas, and that was where it really started. Alright, skipping one and coming in here. Almost there. I know this is boring to watch, but it's pretty quick. Or it would be if I didn't struggle with every single one. You guys are also great sticking with me. I really do appreciate it, because you know what? I frustrate myself. I can't imagine being somebody on the other side. You're all so wonderful. I really do appreciate you all. Okay, almost there. One more to go after this. Jim brings it just not the best. Alright, last one. Isn't that pretty? I love bronze. I think that's probably one of my favorite metals. I wish Bargain Bead Box would bring out some bronze. They've done so much gold lately. And I appreciate it. You know, it's beautiful stuff, and I appreciate it, and they're so good, and they've gotten really good about bringing us gold that's actually, you know, like 18 karat and stuff, so I can't complain, but I really wish they'd bring some bronze in. There we have it. So those other holes, just, you know, the ones we skip, they kind of disappear. You don't really notice it. So my idea for this is, I mean, it's pretty, I didn't close that one very well, did I? It's pretty simple. It's really just those beads and those loops. These are what are going to take you a while, making your coils. And I'm not going to make all these coils on camera with you guys, because once you've seen it once, and I'll do one more with you, just to go through it again, because, you know, only seeing it once might not have. Gosh, that would be really pretty with a bead wired into there, like a really pretty red crystal or something. I might have to do that. Or blue. I guess it would have to be blue, because I went with blue. Maybe red wouldn't work, but I might have to put something in there. Okay, I'm going to do another coil with you, just to go through it again. We're going to grab the end, bend it all the way around, get it out of there, keep going, get down here where I can still grip it, bring my coil around until I run out of room, and that's about good right there. Grab a hold of it with my nylon jaw pliers, hold it tight, because in your nylon jaw pliers it will slip, and just continue bending the wire right over the last one, and so I'm right about there. And again, we're going to adjust these to match each other afterwards. Coming from the back side, And I know I bend backwards. Most people turn this way, like starting a car. It's the French in me. Sorry. I truly am French, so I'm not just saying that. It is what I am. And let's keep going with this. And it looks like I might need to come back on this side. Maybe a half turn. And finish this one up with a little more of a turn. Yeah. Pretty. Again, bring it into your block. Give it a good little tapping. This isn't to flatten your metal, it's just to harden it, get your molecules going, get them strong. This is 18 gauge wire, so it's already pretty strong, but you want to make sure that, you know, things don't pull apart when somebody's wearing it, because they're just coils. It could pull apart. These are not going to pull apart. They're pretty dang strong. I said dang. Just so you know. All right. Now, let's do the ribbon end. And because they were already on something else, they are a little bit challenging to work with, because, you know, I took it off the other one. So I did trim it down a smidge just to layer it out a little bit, but I didn't want to lose too much length. So I'm just going to put all these blue strands back into it and fold this under just a little bit, just to or I'm going to try to. I might end up having to fold it over it. I think I will actually just fold it over it. It'd be easier. Just to get it small enough to get inside of my little end piece here, my little fold over end piece. And then holding the back of it and pinching it in your hand. I take my pliers and bend it in. Bend the other one in. I want to grab my other ones because I don't want to leave teeth marks in it. And just give it a good squeeze. There are some little fibers hanging out the end. On this one I actually just took a lighter to it. Well, that one didn't. Maybe it was this end. Yeah, I took a lighter to it and just kind of frayed, you know, got rid of the little fray marks, but it really isn't necessary. Alright, we're going to bring these all down to the other end. We want to make sure that we don't twist anything so that our strings are still on top of our ribbon. You know, haven't twisted it so that it's on the back side of it. Get them all lined up again. And that piece of ribbon's going to cooperate with me and already fold itself in, so that's kind of nice. Get it into the cap or end piece. Bring it down just a little bit so I don't quite so much sticking. Oh, I lost it. It is a little fiddly, but I don't want a ton of it sticking out the end. Okay. And there we go. It's done. Those aren't going to go anywhere. So that makes both sides all completed. So we got that done. Now to work on putting it together. So this is my thoughts, and it's real simple. It's, you know, it's not like really outlandish or very what's the word I'm trying to come up with? Opposite. Oh, that one cracked. That's not good. We won't use that one. The opposite of minimalist. What is? Anyway, yeah, it's evading me, so we're not even going to bother with that right now. And do I want another one on the end? Sure, why not? I've got them. Might as well use them, right? Get 3 extras too. I can make earrings. Alright, so I need to make another flower one because that one didn't survive. It probably had a little crack in it and I didn't realize it, and when I twisted the wire or it could have been one of the ones I was really poking really hard to get in, because they do take a little work to get the coating that's on them. Kind of plugs the holes. There we go. Went in that end really well. It's not going to come back out this end. Okay, we're going to get a different one. But I'm pretty sure that's probably why that one cracked. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Pull it through. And I want to try to turn it so I can fold these in the same direction. Trim it off. Well, that didn't work, so I do need to twist them, which is fine. It doesn't take much to put them back in the same order. Just want them to be in line with each other so that when they get hooked, they're all laying flat. So there we have it so far. These are going to just kind of be the addition of the now I'm thinking that might be a little bit too big. I think I'm going to take these out, bring it down more. And after I made that one, I didn't need it anyway. I like that much better. Okay, yeah, I like that. Alright, let's start hooking it together then. Because I do need a small amount of chain up here just to attach this to. I don't know, do I really? I don't really think I do. But maybe I'll hang it in between. That would be really pretty. I think I'll do that. Alright, see? It's not like I have everything set in gold here when I plan something, so you can make little changes along the way. I got one of the nicest compliments this morning. A woman commented that she had just found my channel and that she also had just found my Etsy shop. And she says, "Your prices are way too low." Which I thought was so sweet. Because, you know, usually you get told stuff like, "You're charging way too much. You're asking too much for that. You're never going to sell it at that price." And, you know, Maine is not the best market. It really isn't. We you know, craft fairs and stuff here, we don't do extremely well with higher priced items. I think I'm gonna have to go with bigger jump rings here with higher priced items, because Maine is a poor state. It really is. I mean, just face it, it is. We're a tourist state. We're feast and famine. You know, sometimes we're feast and winter times we're famine. So I don't do as great here like if I do craft fairs and stuff like that. So I've kind of always kept my prices fairly low. And, yeah. So, well, that, and because I've never done extremely well with my Etsy shop. It's just never been a huge... I like my Etsy shop. I enjoy selling stuff on my Etsy shop. I just don't make a lot of my sales through my Etsy shop, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That jump ring does not want to tighten up. There's still a gap in it. Oh well, I don't think it's going to go through it. But I just thought that was really sweet, you know. I mean, way better than having somebody say, "What do you think you are?" You know, charging that much for your stuff. So, yeah, I just thought I'd share that. Not that anyone cares, but anyway. All right, I'm going to try to lay my loops so they're in the same direction. I do kind of want to do that at the very least. There. And that way, right? No, that way. Now I don't know where I I don't know where I set down that gem ring. Get off there. Oh, man. There we go. There. Get that one on there. Get in there. Close it up. Starting to look pretty good. Alright, grab another jump ring. And so I've still not received my bargain bead box. I honestly thought it would have been here by now. I generally get mine between the 7th and the 10th. I did have issues with my bank this month though, so that might be why. I know I was one of those ones that, for some reason, the banks denied the processing of the payment for the bargain bead box, so that might be why mine's so slow this month. But it's fine. It's fine. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. But no, I don't like that one. I'm gonna change it. I don't really like that one either. That's okay. Yeah, I really kind of wanted to get something out this week. I've got so many ideas made in my head. I have drawings made up, and I just kind of want to get something out. But it's it is what it is. I get 2 videos out this week, so that's good. That's plenty. I don't really want to really scare you guys all the way by having too many videos out at once and flooding everybody. Alright. But hopefully the tutorials I'm putting out are actually helping you all learn something new or try something new. That is so pretty. My flowers are flipped, but that's okay. They're fine. So how many of you actually prefer a bronze medal or a copper medal over the traditional gold and silver? I know I do, mainly because I think it's a very romantic look. It has more elegant, more antique-y, vintagey look. And I think that's why I like it. Because I'm old and I'm an antique, so. Yeah, that's why. We'll go with that. Alright, let's put this in here. Clip this end on. I will go back with a lighter afterwards and just get rid of those little frays, but if I do it here on camera with you guys, I'll probably set something on fire, so that wouldn't be good. We don't need that. Alright. And these little coils work up really fast. I mean, you could make a whole chain of these just in no time, and it really would be very pretty to make a chain with them. There. Alright, I do not, if I had cut this shorter, if I had cut it maybe here, I would have added chain to the rest of it, but I think if I add chain to it now, it's going to be extremely long. So I'm just going to add the, I got more over there. I have plenty of them now. Maybe I'll make a bracelet. I think I'm just going to add my lobster and my little loop and color good. And then I'm going to throw stuff everywhere. It's starting to warm up outside, so I might go outside and do some more cleanup. I'm going to have to make a really big dump run this weekend. Oh my word. Come on now. Why do you have to fight with me? Alright, and there we have it. I think it's really, really pretty. Very lightweight with this ribbon. Makes it very lightweight for spring. The blue gives it a nice springy tone. But isn't that pretty? Didn't that come out really cute? I hope you guys all liked it. I will put it on a form and be right back. So here we are all set up. It came out really pretty. So thank you guys all for joining me. And zoom back out again. And hope you guys all enjoyed it. So until next time, guys, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. I know it's not quite here yet, but it'll be here and gone before I see you again. So hope you all have a good weekend and have a good day. Bye.